Hello and welcome back to Kerno Outdoors. I made a mistake in my last video. I sold my Epix Pro and I was keeping the Apple Watch Ultra. However, I recently have bought this Garmin Epix Pro 51mm Sapphire, and I'm selling the Apple Watch. Why, you might ask? Well, they're both incredibly well made. There's no denying that. The Apple Watch is heavier, which is, it is very sturdy, and the glass, I've worn this Apple Watch for since it was new, and it's phenomenal, really tough. I'm outside a lot, and there's not a scratch or damage on there anywhere, and it is a wonderful bit of equipment, really well made, just like the Garmin. The Garmin only has a titanium bezel, but the rest is a polymer, some special one. I'd like the carbon fiber one, but I've worn this for, I've had it a week now, my new one, and as yet I haven't blemished it, but they are superficial around the bezel. You do get superficial blemishes, so it's neither here nor there. So why did I go back to an Epix Pro? Well, walking the Camino Trail was a big part of it, and as much as I love the Apple Watch and the display, it doesn't have the battery life or the functionality of a Garmin watch. Again, the screen is phenomenal, and it's so good you can use it as a flashlight and it actually works, which is unusual. That said, the Garmin has a wonderful flashlight, which is amazing, but I love the metrics you can get on the Garmin. You can actually see everything you need to see on the screen when you want it. I particularly like the body battery and the training readiness, because it does kind of, like, whether it's psychological or not, but it does aid your training. If it says you're ready to go, you are. But when you're out in the mountains, out walking, you can set the individual data fields, which is phenomenal, which you can't do on the Apple Watch. I mean, you can see an awful lot, but the biggest thing I will miss is the ability to use Siri, because I use Siri to set timers, to turn off and on my lights and my television, things like that. And I know on Android, the Garmin has that functionality, whereas Apple have locked it down, which is a real shame. So the Epix, this is a display I like, and all the exercises are there, right there, and you can customize it massively. So even when you're doing an exercise, you can choose the data points you want. I'm still working my head around it because it's got so many things to do. One thing that's fantastic is courses on the Garmin. The Camino was 467 miles. I say I haven't completed it yet. I'm heading back in a couple of months to do some more. But I put the mapping on there and used it. I was away for 2 weeks. In 186 miles of walking, I charged it once, and even then, I charged it a few days early. And that's route by route turn navigation every single day. It's not solar panelled, and you can see the map. You can see everything you need. I've got another video on how to use it as a map, so you can click on the card there. But the mapping on it was brilliant. Like, literally, you get to a fork in the road, and if you're unsure, you can just have a quick look on the watch strap, on the watch face, and it will show you. And it also has a little arrow on the bezel pointing you in the direction that you need to go in. It is a really good piece of functionality. In America, they've turned on ECG. I tried to get it turned on mine, but I couldn't. It's too complicated, even for me. That's not saying much. But yeah, the Garmin, very customizable. I do love the custom watch faces. I like having a Rolex or an Omega. I can't afford one of them, but it looks smart when you've got a smart watch face on. So everyone in my last video said that they liked the Garmin first. All the comments, Apple or Garmin, everyone was saying Garmin, 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 Garmin. Apple is phenomenal. It records a lot of stuff about you. I mean, just have a look at this, and then it takes you to a whole different level of stuff. Does anyone know if the Garmin does this? Double support time, walking speed, walking asymmetry, stair speed up. Does anyone know? Because the Apple Watch has it hidden. The Garmin is a lot fresher, and you can dig into menus, but it's not in the same detail on the interface on Garmin Connect as the Apple Watch. That said, on the Garmin, you can look at stats and statistics on the watch. So did I make the right decision? What do you think? Please like, comment, and please subscribe.